Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Alright, so here we are. We are heading coast to coast, as you recall from the previous episode. Right now we're in St. Louis, and we are heading to Pittsburgh is where our next stop is. So we're going to go through Indianapolis, or go past Indianapolis, Columbus, and that's Ohio, I believe. Charleston and Indianapolis, and we're going to stop in Pittsburgh right here. So we only have a, well, relatively short little distance. So let's get this guy fired up. Let's put some music on too while I'm thinking about it. Choose from our never-ending choices of music. Let's go here. Soldier On. Seems like a good place to start. And we have new upgrades available, and we already upgraded the engine, and I don't know why you'd want to upgrade to a 6-speed transmission. I don't know what the difference is there, but anyways. So let's go ahead and get started here. So as you can see, at the bottom right here, you can see that I have like a little bar down there. And that is that mod I was referring to a while back, and it just never installed. So I installed it, or activated it, I should say. And now it's there, so we'll see how it works out. I don't know how it's going to work out yet, but we're going to find out. Is this in the road right here? No, just the entrance. So we're going to find out how it works, or if it works well or not. No one's coming, so oh yes. Well, we'll do this. Take a big turn here. It's not like it's a curb or anything. There we go. Anyway, so that's what it adds. Adds that capability. So as you can see, it shows. Actually, that shows a lot of information. A lot more than I thought it was going to actually. Nope, not here yet. It shows quite a bit of information, so it shows you the navigation, it shows you how much money you have, your actual speed, shows you what the top speed is. It also shows you what gear you're in, the amount of fuel you have. So the problem that we were running into before was the fact that we constantly had to, bring up this. I can't even do it anymore. Bring up the information, and now with this, I can do it without. It could always be up without me having to worry about. Without having to bring up that information screen all the time, so which is really neat. The other thing it does, of course, is that it shows you in the top right hand corner your mirrors, which is kind of interesting. So you can actually put both mirrors up, and they're kind of like limited. And the other thing that happens is when you get like income from one of your drivers, it'll actually show up in the middle of the screen, I discovered, which is kind of cool actually. So we still only have I think we have 3 drivers, and that's it right now. So, but we're upgrading our engine slowly but surely, and let's put our cruise to 105. So we're upgrading our engine slowly but surely. So now we have a 640 horsepower engine, where we're going straight through here, which is kind of cool. So probably more than needs to be in this case in reality, but I'm okay with it. Alright, so let's take this turn nice and easy like. I don't know how fast you're supposed to go around this turn, but probably not the fastest we're going. Maybe 70 kilometers around a turn on a truck like this might be a bit fast. And we merge. No one's there anyway, so the joys of no one being on the road. There we go. We'll just go into this lane here. But yeah, it's kind of a cool little mod. MultiMikey123 was the one who got me onto this mod. It's a little strange though, because you download it and there's like a whole bunch of like SCS files, and you kind of just activate the one you want. So there's like, you can put the information in different spots, like top, right, left, whole bunch of variations. You can have it as a top bar, as a bottom bar, whatever you like. I think this one is obviously it's the bottom bar, but I think you can put it at the top, and I think that's what I originally wanted to do, but I don't know why I never changed it, but it is a possibility, I know that much. So I'm gonna turn the music and the sound of the truck up just a smidgen. There we go. Yeah, that's good. It's always a weird scenario, because I'm like, how much, like, is it too loud? Is it not loud enough? We're good on fuel. Actually, maybe not. So let's slow down here. Get some fuel while we're here. Now, as I mentioned before, there are some places there are some places that don't have like invisible walls essentially. So that's kind of, so as you see where the information bar is right there, that's also in relation to the same mod itself. So it basically puts like your F3, I don't know, what you would normally be the F3 menu in the middle basically. Just take the parking brake off. There we go. No one's coming over there. The mirrors are a little bit smaller than I'm used to, but it's not too bad actually. There we go. No one's coming. I definitely don't notice a difference with the acceleration in this truck now that I have like another extra 100 horsepower essentially. I leveled up because that last long haul we did, I actually leveled up. So I leveled up, so that's why I was able to get the next engine up. So it makes a big difference because now we're doing like, why are these people going so slow? It makes a big difference in terms of like speeding up and slowing down. Well, not slowing down, but speeding up specifically. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. Thank you MultiMikey123 for the suggestion. I like this mod. That's kind of what I was looking for. Well, I didn't realize it was what I was looking for, but definitely works really well, so I can dig it. Can you dig it? Leave me a comment below if you can dig it. Oh man, it's going back a ways. That's like, when do they, I think that was something they used to use in the 70s, I think. Jeez. I'm not that old, but I don't know, I've I've seen way too many movies, let's say, and I have, some of my favorite music is actually from like the 70s and 80s. Back in the day. Back in the day. Classic rock. So like one of my favorite bands is like Pink Floyd and then Black Sabbath as well. But alas, I can't play that music during a stream because, of course, it's not my music and it is copyrighted music, etc., blah blah blah. Oh, so there's the income right there. Driver just made 1,300. This is good. So it just kind of scrolls across the screen, which is nice because that's what was kind of annoying before, because like you would hear the sound but you wouldn't know what it was. So far it only shows us the income. It doesn't show us the expenses. So like if we pay like a loan payment or something like that, I don't think it shows that, or maybe it will, but I don't have any loans at the moment, so maybe that's why I'm not seeing that. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I like this little mod. It kind of minimizes the information into like a digestible portions, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it allows us to see what we want to see in this context, which is really nice. I like it a lot. Thanks, Mike. Or Mikey, whichever you prefer, or Michael, whichever you prefer. There's an ambulance there. And they're gonna like hit the indicators and like cut in front of us, aren't they? No, they're just gonna stay behind that guy. Okay, that's fine by me. Or it's a paramedic. California paramedic? What on earth is a California paramedic doing all the way out here? I think you're lost, buddy. You're a bit far away from where you're supposed to be. Jeez. Interestingly enough, I was actually looking at the latest news section of ATS, and there's some cool little tidbits of information there. One of the pieces of information that was really interesting was the fact that they're gearing up for Steam Workshop mods for ATS and ETS, which is awesome because that's going to allow us to have like reviews, and they're not going to have all the advertisements we had before. So like when you go to get a mod nowadays, like oftentimes you'll have to go through, like, you have to be careful not to get viruses and whatnot. So hopefully via the Steam Workshop we won't have that same problem. I hope. I don't know for certain because there goes my phone. I don't know if you can get viruses through that. I don't know. Hopefully not. But I'm really excited because it's going to make mods very accessible. And from what I can tell from the blog that I saw from SCS, there's a lot of cool mods out already. So I didn't mention we are taking office supplies from 42 Print to Pittsburgh. And yep, it's not really exciting load, but we're slowly heading east. So we are heading to Pittsburgh, and hopefully we'll be able to make our way to all the way to the East Coast, basically. So it's kind of like what you would call like a multi-part series, so to speak. So But it's interesting. I feel like the GPS on the truck is a bit smaller now for some random reason. It just, I don't know. It just seems that way. I don't know why that's the case, but that's the feeling I kind of got. So I haven't checked for any new trucks yet on mod sites. So far, I've been sticking with the Peterbilt because I kind of like it. Because what the PACCAR sound mod does is it actually adds some other engine and whatnot. So I like it. 1 second, coffee break. Oh, that's good coffee. I woke up so early this morning. It was I woke up. It was 4 o'clock in the morning this morning. Yeah, no idea. I was like, I woke up, and I'm like, why am I up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Albeit, like, my normal wake up time is like 5 a.m. So 4 a.m. is like not super ridiculous, but still seems kind of odd. It might have been due to the fact that I went to bed super early last night too. Like I was like ready for sleep at like 8:15. So I don't know. Last couple days has happened. Like it's like, okay, I go to bed at 8 o'clock, wake up, and I'm like, okay, it's 4:30. I'm like, why am I up at 4:30? You can sleep for an extra half an hour, but no, not at all. They don't want that at all. They being, of course, Sandman. I don't know. I got nothing. But Indianapolis, very cool. What is this song? Oh my goodness. It's funny, like, what I've done with the YouTube library is basically I've gone through and, like, just chosen, like, genres of music. So, like, this is the rock genre of music, apparently. And there are some really good ones in there, but there are some really odd ones in there as well. So, it's really ridiculous when you run across a song like this. That's over to Indianapolis over there. So... yeah, so as I was mentioning, the PACCAR mod adds like various engines. So like the engine we have, like I said, is a 640 horsepower engine. So if I just show you here in the diagnostics, 645. I apologize. 645 horsepower engine, and that's due to the PACCAR sound mod, which is strange because it adds a lot more than just sounds. It adds different engines as well. So I like it. I don't know if 42 Print is a real company or not. I'm not from the United States, so I have no idea whether that's a true company or not, or real company. So oftentimes in Canada we get the same companies as we do in the United States, but not all of them. There's lots of companies I've never heard of, and they're like, oh, it's a real company in the United States. I'd be like, okay, I'll take your word for it, because I have no idea. Oh, here we come up to some more trees. So I guess this is a new state we're coming up through or something. But this road definitely has been a little bit it's a long haul. That's all it really comes down to. Like, I haven't really been wowed as of yet. Maybe you guys have. I don't know. Let me know. Have you been wowed by this map? I'd be kind of curious to find out whether you have or not. Like I said, for me it's been kind of like, okay, not too crazy. But maybe for you guys you're like, oh, that's cool. It's like, it's not so much the map itself I'm like wowed about, but it's the concept of like, hey, now I can drive across America, so to speak. So I think that aspect is really cool, but like the actual map itself is kind of plain for the moment. But you know, it's a lot of extra territory. I suppose like over time, like the mod author will make it a bit more interesting, or a bit more, like each state a bit more distinct, because right now, like, this looks the same as it did when I left almost Arizona, like, so I don't know. So, or maybe it's like this in real life, I don't know. I'm not from the States, like I have mentioned repeatedly now. I'm a Canadian, in case you're wondering. No. Although, it's funny, some people think Canadians say that a lot. And some, I admittedly say it probably more than I have to, but it's with like specific phrases, like, oh, how's it going, eh? Or something like that. I don't know why, but I find that I have certain phrases that I'll say it, welcome to Ohio. So this is what Ohio looks like. Okay, good to know. Ohio is a flat state. I don't think it actually is, but it may be, I don't know. I don't know. But there are, so like I said, there are some certain phrases that I'll say that often I'll use the word a at the end, but not all of them. So like, what's the other one I say sometimes? Like, how's it going, eh? Is something I say. I don't say it as much as I used to, I think, but now I say, sometimes I'll say like, yeah, eh? Something like that. the funny thing is if you're from Quebec and certain areas, like Quebec, I'll just say in general, so they tend to say la at the end of their sentence, which sounds like no, like it's the same thing as a, basically, just in French. So that's what they'll say. And then if you're from Lac Saint Jean, like St. John's Lake, I guess it would be in English, they say it twice. So they say la la. So like if they're saying something and be like, oh, qu'est-ce que tu fais, la la, and they'll say it twice at the end of their sentence, which makes no sense. It'd be the same thing as saying like, oh, how's it going today, AA? That's what they're basically doing, which I think is hilarious. Well. But what they do, it's really strange. What they do here is, like if you're going to learn French, like you're going to do like an immersion or something like that, sometimes people get sent to Lac Saint Jean because it's like one of the a very French part of Quebec, let's say that. If you go to like Montreal or Quebec City, you can get away with speaking English only, but in some of the other areas like up north in Quebec, like Chibougamau maybe, or I don't know, any other places, Rimouski maybe, it would be the same thing. Oh, that was a bit of a twitch right there. I wonder what happened there. That was like a, I don't know what that was. What time is it? 5 o'clock in game. I don't know. There must. I have to look it up. I think I mentioned this last time. I gotta look for after I finish recording this. I'm gonna look up for a time scale. Maybe slow down time a little bit so the days don't go by so fast. I think there is actually a one of the console commands does it. I believe. Not 100% sure, but I'm sure there's. I'm fairly certain. Let's say there's one. Columbus, Ohio. All right, so that's Columbus over there to the left. I don't really see anything. I just see a big rock. Oh, well, it's over there somewhere. Over there somewhere. I don't know, but I think once this the map author like adds a bit more detail, I suppose, to like the individual areas, I think that'd be kind of neat. Like I still think like, don't get me wrong, I still think it's cool that you have like the coast to coast aspect now, which is neat. I'll be curious to see whether it works together with other maps. Like I know there's that Alaska map I mentioned before, so like Alaska would be like northwestern Canada technically. So like it's up by the Yukon out there, if you know where the Yukon is in Canada. Yeah, so Alaska, Yukon, that's the area basically. But I don't know if you can get from California to Alaska somehow. I don't know. I'll have to try out the map. But it's like an off-road map, which is a bit odd. Like I don't know. Maybe you would. Some types of trucks, maybe you would take them off-road, but like this Peterbilt, for example, it seems unlikely that you would take it off-road just because it's like in real life, it's like a $400,000 or $500,000. I don't know how expensive it is. Maybe a $200,000 truck. I'm guessing something like that. But the really crazy thing is, like, this is the part I don't understand. Like, if you're driving a truck for a living, you put like hundreds of thousands of kilometers on your truck. But you can't do the same thing with a car. I don't know why. Like, cars just don't seem to last that long. Which is really strange. But when you drive a truck for a living, no problem. No problem at all. I don't understand it. So, I don't know. I think I've heard of some cars being able to last for like 100 or 200,000 kilometers, but like once it gets like to a certain level, I don't think I've heard of cars getting to like 4 or 5 or 600,000 kilometers. Not often, at least. Usually, I don't think a car engine is designed to last that long, and maybe the truck engines aren't either, and maybe they have 1 million kilometers on their truck, but it's not the same engine it started with. I don't know. It just seems like transport truck engines like this, for example, just last a long time. I don't know. Let's give these guys a little bit of an easy way to merge in. I don't know why, but like in this map, one thing I've noticed is like people, like the on-ramps are like they seem much longer. I think I mentioned this last time. They seem much longer. So like people can like, I can see when people are going to need to merge basically. So it makes your life a lot easier because you're like, oh, I see them there. Like that's what I just did there is what I would do in real life essentially. Like, you're driving along the highway, you see like, oh, there's an on-ramp, there's people on the on-ramp, move into the other lane, so it's easy for them to merge. So if you don't do something like that, then you are going to, you know, not create a problem, but you could make traffic back up a little bit, and it's just being polite, basically, which is the right thing to do, because as a good Canadian, you should be polite. As a good anybody, like as a good citizen or a good human being, you should be nice to a certain extent, you know, within reason. Like, if someone's not being nice to you, then maybe not. You should still try to be nice to them, I guess. I don't know. Life lessons with Iain. Oh, goodness. But yeah, definitely noticed the difference on this truck on the hills. Like, this truck slowed down a little bit with the engine, but not very much. Like, it dropped 10 kilometers an hour on the steepest part of that hill, but then now it's like perfectly fine again. So it's getting it back up to 105 kilometers an hour. So that's pretty slick. I don't know what our fuel economy is like with this style of engine or cruising, but oh, that car just did like a weird twitch. That's odd. Looks like one of those welcome to Pennsylvania. Okay, we're in Pennsylvania now. I think have I been to Pennsylvania? No, I think I know I've been to New York, and I want to say I've been to Pennsylvania for some reason. I don't know. I think it was a quick visit. I think I was just going along for the ride with somebody who was going down to Pennsylvania for some random reason. So, all right, it's getting dark outside. Pittsburgh, home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's all I know. Yeah, I don't know of any other sports teams that are from Pittsburgh. Really? Why are you slowing down? Is it because, well, I need to get in their lane anyway, so. I don't know. Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, that's the only, honestly, I can't think of any other team that's like Pittsburgh. Do they have I'm sure they have a baseball team. Baseball's like the darling child of the United States, I think, or one of the sports. I guess that would be, actually, it's like, it's really strange, actually. In Canada, baseball's like a sport, but like, it's not like the sport. I think it's, in the United States, it's more like, it can be the sports for some people, but I think it's usually football, if I had to guess. I don't know. Like, we have football here, but like some people are really big onto football, but not everybody. So, as far as I know, football is probably like the #1 sport in the United States. I don't know. That's just a guess, though. There's a Red Bull truck. That seems like a harsh turn to do it at 100 kilometers an hour. Jeez. I don't know why they're saying 100 kilometers an hour on that. Like, I definitely just let my foot off the gas there, because that seemed like it was way too dangerous. Oh, here we go. 64. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, because that seemed like it was such too fast of a turn. Like, it was like, okay, woo, I take the turn at 100 kilometers an hour. I'm like, let's tip the truck over here. Jeez. It's ridiculous. Alright, so, looks like it's awfully cloudy. Those clouds look awesome, by the way, too. Check that out. Stormy night in Pittsburgh, jeez. Alright, so our turn is right up here on the left. What happens if I press that button? No, it doesn't come up. Oh, you can actually change it right there, too? That's kind of cool, actually. And you can actually make the little HUD disappear that I've been using, which I think is kind of neat as well. This is what Pittsburgh looks like in the game. Alright, let's get a quick screenshot right here, right in the stop intersection here. It's well lit. That's why I was going for that. Nice. Welcome to Pittsburgh, friends. Looks like we have to go up here and turn right, then turn right again. Alright. It says stop. There was no stop sign. That's a bit strange. Stop. Do you guys in the United States? Do you actually have like stop? I wouldn't say stop signs, but areas where it just says stop on the road like that, and then you have to stop. But seems unlikely. Just guessing. And I say it's unlikely because, like, here's a stop sign. I don't know why there's a stop sign there, but there's a stop sign. So here is our trailer parking spot. So as I mentioned previously, I said I have selected the safe parking now, just because I'm at a point where I don't really need the XP quite as much, really. I don't need the XP quite as much. So, because of that, I just switched it over to the safe parking. So I still make some... How much do I get for parking trailer? So I get only 15 XP. So not a crazy amount, but like, because of the distance we're driving now, I still get quite a bit of XP. Excellent. Nice. Let's check the job marker real quick. Do we have any jobs going east? Santa Cruz. Where are we here? Pittsburgh. Boston. Ooh, that's perfect. Eureka. Oh my goodness, that's like a crazy long run. 5,000 kilometers. Is that all it is to go across the United States? It's not that bad, actually. Bakersfield. So what I'll do is I'll end the episode there for now, folks. And what we'll do is we'll come back next episode. How did I get damage? We'll come back next episode, and hopefully we'll make it all the way to Boston, which seems to be the last stop. Yeah, Boston seems to be the last stop on our coast-to-coast trip. Alright, that's it for me for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more American Truck Simulator. I'll catch you guys later.